gonna go ahead and do this now. If I gotta move, I will. But y'all, welcome to the live, yo. It's my first time going live. I'm like, what's up? We mobile now, baby. We mobile now. Like I said, if I do gotta move, cause the fam coming home and stuff like that, I will. But I want to welcome everybody to the Cancer New Moon. I'm liking this setup. I'm liking the vibe. Coming straight from a Western tropical Cancer moon, you feel me? So I feel like, if anybody has the keys to success, you feel me, today, it's gonna be me. Every day it's gonna be me. So yeah, I don't really I'm really trying to figure out how to work all this stuff. If there's anybody in the chat, I don't know how this works because I am mobile, so I don't know if you hit me, if it's gonna be something that pops up. I don't know. I can't see nothing right now. I don't even know how to do this, but we just gonna keep it pushing. We gonna keep it rocking. Let me see what I can do here. Okay, beam. Do the beam. I'll keep the beam. I like the beam. I like the beam. We gonna keep that right there because I'm looking sexy. Okay, let's do this. Hold on. Can I push this back? Okay, cool. This is my first time, y'all, so I'm like, ooh. Okay. So, like I said, I want to welcome everybody to the Cancer New Moon. That might be the sis, so I might have to move. Might be, because every time I hear that music popping, I'll probably know who it is. Like I said, coming from a Cancer moon, you feel me? I do have some messages that I do want to share. It's gonna be kind of random, kind of all over the place, kind of here, kind of there. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this super duper long, but I definitely want to talk a little bit about just this energy alone, just the energy of the moon. I think I did a live. I think it was the Cancer full moon I did. I think as the year came off, I think I did the Cancer full then, but I wanted to tap in also too for the new moon because I feel like a lot of cycles, a lot of generational cycles actually are coming to a close. Heavy generational cycles are coming to a close. Well, okay, cool. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, for those of y'all that is checking in for the first time, I don't think I've introduced myself. If you've never been on my channel, this just happened to pop up. My name is araneaestorm. I am your Cosmic Rootwork astrologer. I specialize in Mars activations as well as North Node and South Node consultations. So if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can hit me up at araneaestorm.wix.com/info. All that information would be below, so you can hit me up there. Yeah, I just forgot to put in that drop. We are going through the Chiron series throughout the next couple of weeks. So if you got an opportunity to, if you kind of rolling with the whole series and things like that, I do appreciate you. Like I said before, I was gone, but now I'm back in the game, you feel me? Before we hop into the birth chart, I did want to actually talk about Chiron and things like that. So that's my little spill. But back to this new moon energy. Like I said, we are breaking a lot of generational cycles, a lot of generational curses. When we talk about the energy of the moon and we talk about this Cancerian energy, right? We're talking about your roots, right? Your source or your connection to source, right? This is the fourth house energy, right? And so this is where you can find grandmothers, grandfathers, ancestral guides. You feel me? Everybody, your Akashic records is also found within the fourth house, right? We're talking about not only your physical home, but you're also talking about your internal home. I feel like eighth house is more like soul, like the soul of a person, but your fourth house is like your roots, right? From the rooter to the tutor, from the time you were conceptualized, not even from the time you were conceptualized, before you even came into thought about being conceived, all right? The fourth house is where all that is embodied. And I think versus that full moon that we talked about the last time versus the new moon that we're talking about, this is the new cycle that is starting. The full moon kind of brought things up, to clear. This is that new chapter that is opening itself. This is the summer moon, right? The summer new cycle, right? We have the spring cycle, we have the winter cycle. This is actually the summer cycle. One thing I definitely noticed leading up to this moon was definitely this energy of the weather. We've had a lot of rain. We have like, I mean, it don't get me wrong. Like, I'm in Georgia, G. So like, you know, sometimes Georgia weather can be kind of like you feel me? It could be kind of in and out. But honestly, this summer that I've experienced out here in Georgia has been crazy, like with the rain. Like, I'm just talking about like back to back, and not just rain, sprinkling rain, but I'm talking about rain, crackling ass thunderstorms and shit. Like, internet going out. Like, it's been heavy rain. And anytime we have, I mean, beyond like the control weather, right? Anytime we have like real heavy, super heavy rain, that to me is what I call the clearing, right? And all I get is like, let it rain and clear it out. And let's get it, and let it rain and clear it out. So we're clearing cycles, right? Like I said, generational cycles, things that have held us or kept us. I'm thinking of like the crab in its shell, and I talked about this, I think, on the Chiron and Cancer video. But this, that crab in its shell, when the crab is done with that old shell, it's kind of like a snake shedding its skin. And when the snake is done, or when the snake is ready to move on to its next phase or its next cycle, it goes through a process of shedding its skin, much like the crab. When the crab is done, you know, with its old shell, it eventually comes out of that shell and moves to a bigger shell, right? So I'm looking at like just the collective in this energy as well, especially because we still have Pluto in fucking Capricorn, all right? That's the America's like Pluto return. And I will, because y'all have asked, I will definitely make a Pluto return video for y'all for sure, before the year is up. But you know, we have all this Aquarian, or this Saturnian, Uranian energy that's been coming like back and forth, in and out. That's been kind of like making people really just think of things differently, like really do things differently. Cancer really likes things that are comfortable. You know, it takes a lot for Cancer to get out of that shell. It takes a lot for Cancer to even think about possibly moving to that next shell. Like, even in that tiny shell, Cancer's like sitting in there like, but I don't know what's going to be on the other side. I don't know what's going to be in this new, like, if I go out, is somebody going to try to throw salt on my ass? Like, is somebody going to, like, that's Cancerian energy. Like, I'm not comfortable with, you know, it's cardinal, but there's a hesitance that comes with change. Like, we talk about cardinal energy kind of moves sideways versus just going straight or direct. I mean, unless you were Aries, but we're not going there today. But like, you know, this is trekking things like at a side kind of. It doesn't necessarily go straight to the thing, you know. And that's how even crabs, when they move from their shell to another shell, they move sideways. And then when people get close to, or when people get close to the crab, or when people get close to the shell, you know, the crab will run back into its burrow, or back into the sand, or back into the water, because it's startled, and it's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? The only crab that I have not seen that does not give a fuck is the king fucking crab, or the queen crab, whatever you want to call it. That's the only crab that I've ever seen that's like, and come at me, bro. Like, all right, and okay, if you want to do this, let's do it. But the tinier crabs, the smaller crabs are very, you know, they are very what's the word that I want to say for it? They're very calculated with their moves, right? Even though Cancerian energy also moves more so off of intuition than it does logic. You know, Cancer is not a, let me think about this first. It's like, no, I move off of my feelings. I move off of my emotions. And a lot of people, especially in this physical world, would say that's blasphemy. You shouldn't move off your emotions. Like, you should just think logically about these situations and then move. No, I do feel like you have to have a balance of both. I don't feel like it's one or the other. I feel like sometimes logic can get you fucked up. And sometimes I feel like, now, let me just scale it back, because I don't feel like your intuition can get you fucked up. I just feel like when you rely so heavy on your emotions that you can't come to like a middle ground, then that's when things kind of become off balance. Now, when it does come to your intuition, I do believe your intuition is always on point, unless you're projecting a outcome, or unless you're trying to project a a certain scenario or situation. That's different. But your body, our bodies naturally pick up on things when things are right, when things are wrong, when, like, for example, and I think I used this in the Chiron and Cancer video. I think I said this one in one of the videos that I did with it, but I think it was Chiron and Cancer. When you at the club, all right, not everybody's a clubber, but I'm just using this as an example. When you at the club, right, sometimes the DJs want to play that turned up shit, you know, at the end. Sometimes some DJs, they want to play some soft shit to kind of, you know, clear everybody out before they go home and shit like that. Sometimes it don't matter, all right, what the DJ's playing. You feel me? Sometimes it just be turned no matter what. People been drinking, people in they, you know what I'm saying? They in they ooh, boom, boom. You know, they ready to go. And then somebody ends up stepping on somebody's J's. Oh my God, right? Now I want to back it on up. This is what I'm talking about, intuition, right? Cancer energy, or just that intuitive knowing of energy, will be like, y'all, it's time to go. And this will be even before the situation where somebody ends up stepping on the J's. Like, somebody finna step on these J's like in probably like 2 seconds, right? And I know stepping on somebody J's is not like, you know what I'm saying, the end all be all for somebody throwing hands. But when you drunk and, you know, you all out your area and stuff like that, sometimes things happen and then it just turns into other shit, right? Sometimes when we talk about intuition, you'll get an intuitive knowing, like, when it's time to fucking roll. You tell your homies, like, yo, it's time for us to roll, like, before shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm feeling some shit right now, you know what I mean? When you feel that, when you have that intuitive knowing, or let's say, you know, it's time to roll. But let's say you are around people. That's why I always tell people all the time too, like, check yourself before you get into a group of people. Check in with yourself, right? Check in with how you're feeling first. If you good and you know, you turned up, you feeling good, feeling yourself, everything's cool, and then you go around a crowd of people or a particular person and you get the feeling all like, something in your spirit is just like off. Listen, honey. Linda, listen, because usually 9 times out of motherfucking 10, if not the 10, listen, it's the one. It's time to go. Okay, it's time to get out the door. Okay, it's time to leave. Then leave. Okay, then leave. Bitch, then leave. You feel me? So I say that all to say, like, you know, this is also a moon of spiritual heightened awareness as well. I don't know if y'all have, but I know for me, my fucking dreams have been like, whew, like it's getting to the point now, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's getting to the point now where I'm like, I'm becoming more aware in my dreams. At first, it was like I could kind of pick up on stuff sometimes here and now. Like, I'll go in my dreams and I'll be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. But now it's just to the point where I'm like, oh, shit. Like, now I'm aware in my fucking dreams. Now that I'm like, there's certain cases in my dreams where I can actually, like, you know what I mean? And it's like, oh, whoa. So spiritual heightened awareness. I also want to say something about this too, because Cancer, just as much as Leo, rules children. I do want to say this because I haven't been able to like have a whole video where I'm just talking and shit, because I've been doing like videos and stuff, and I know I left y'all because I had to take a vacation and I came back. But for those of y'all that have kids, work with kids, around kids, whatever the case may be, it's definitely been brought to my attention, and it's been being brought to my attention even more. When it comes to your children, or when it comes to kids in general, allow the children to experience their gifts. And when I say this, I mean, if a child is seeing a spirit, something is on my heart to say this, and I've been wanting to say this. If a child is seeing a spirit, or if a child is in touch with the spirit, allow them to. And I know for everybody, I mean, if you're watching this channel, like, you got to believe in something, baby. You got to believe in something. For those of y'all that might ever watch this in the future and they're like kind of struggling with the fact that their kid is seeing shit, or maybe you don't even remember that you probably used to see some shit as a kid, okay? Allow your child to see it. You know, allow your child to, and I know when we talk about energy, I know when we talk about energy, and I know when we talk about deity, sometimes those things can be a little like, because you don't know if they talking to like a fucking, you know, a spirit that might not have the best intentions, or you don't know if they might be talking to, you know, I get it. Like, in not all cases, you know, and I think out of a form of protection, or that mothering energy that Cancer has, if we're just talking about the energy of Cancer, you want to protect. You know, you want to make sure that your child is good. So sometimes you'll just completely shut that off from your child. But work with them with that shit. You know what I'm saying? That, like, work with the child. Like, even if that's not something that you necessarily like into, or you just kind of confused about that, go take them to somebody that you can trust that can help them develop those gifts, G. Because those are gifts. And a lot of times, because when we're young and people don't understand, they take us away from that. They'll pull us away from this knowing, or this inner knowing, or this inner calling, because they're too afraid of what it might lead to, right? You know, for example, basically, I have definitely seen these as a child, but I'll bring up another situation. You know, I know somebody who their child is actually, like, or as a child, you know, one of my family members as a child, they were able to see spirits, right? And, you know, this particular mother, you know, she just didn't necessarily, she doesn't believe in the stuff, right? So it was a situation where they ended up finding out, I think that was, like, when they get back to that, ooh, I heard that, get back to that, ooh, somebody listen to that. When I get back to that, ooh, you must not know me, baby. I'm sorry, my Gemini's out and it shows. So back to what we were talking about. I'm gonna have to turn that shit up when I get off this live too. Basically, what ended up happening is there were cameras set up, and they were basically able to see that, you know, he was communicating with these spirits. He talked about these spirits and these things that he was actually communicating with as a child, but nobody believed him. Everybody thought that he was just kind of making it up in his mind, that he was seeing these things, but he seeing these things, but he actually was seeing these things. So he grew up basically trying to suppress, and I'm gonna pull some cards too, and that suppression card definitely came out today, baby. He was trying to suppress what he's seen because it scared him. And when you have a whole bunch of people around you telling you what you see is not true, what does that do to a child? And not even what does it do to a child, what does that do to a grown-ass person? When somebody's telling you they see something, and you know what I'm saying, and you're like, but I'm seeing this thing, I'm seeing this being, I'm seeing this person, and nobody believes you, you end up doing things to suppress, drinking, doing escapist shit, you know what I'm saying? And we all go through it, but I'm just saying, like, you start doing things to, like, well, maybe I'm going crazy, you feel me? Maybe I'm just, you know, this is just a figment of my imagination. Maybe I'm not really seeing these things. Maybe it's just all happening in my mind. You feel me? Like, that's what starts to happen in a child's mind. I don't know. I feel like we all intuitively have these gifts, but it's just a matter of tapping in. But I feel like as a child, or when you are young, it's easier for you to tap it in, because children are at their most pure. You know, children they're not filtered with that societal's ways of saying what's real and what's fake. There is no line when it comes to a child's mind and what's real and what's fake. So I say that all to say, with this Cancerian energy, and even if you're not a child, this doesn't necessarily just have to apply if you have children or don't have children, or even if you're seeing this right now, or going to be seeing this in the future, and you've been really struggling with the fact that you see shit. I'm talking about all the clairs in the world: clairaudient, clairvoyant, clairsentient, clair whatever, seeing shit or smelling shit or hearing shit, or that's not you going crazy. Baby, you can actually see develop those gifts, yo. Is what I'm saying. Develop those gifts. It might be scary at first, but talk to somebody who actually you can trust that sees the same shit too. That is a gift, baby. That is not nothing to be scared of. That's not nothing to be afraid of. You just need to learn how to hone those gifts. And with this Cancer new moon, okay, coming from a Cancer moon, okay, hone those gifts. In these next couple years, I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. Those gifts are going to heighten. You are going to start feeling and seeing shit that you've never felt or seen in your fucking life. Trust me when I fucking say, you are going to start seeing, feeling shit that you never experienced in your life. And you're gonna feel crazy because you're like, what is going on? You feel me? Especially if you're not open to it. You know, especially if your spirit is not open. If you kept yourself closed, or you've been told that you were crazy for seeing and what I am saying is definitely form a level of protection around yourself, because there are entities that are not always in your best interest, that are not always the entities that are not necessarily of the highest good. But what I am saying is, develop those gifts, because they're coming to you for a reason. Those gifts are coming to y'all for a fucking reason. So with this Cancer new moon, it was just something I definitely had to get off, because I was just like, something that's been on my mind that I've been wanting to tell y'all, but really, like, man, psychic, intuitive gifts, feeling into your emotions. A lot of things have happened. A lot of things have transpired, and not just in 2020, but when I just think of like the scope of the world and these different cycles that we've been through from generation to generation, and like I go back to these generational traumas, like coming to a halt at 2021, it's a lot that motherfuckers had to process, yo. Like, it's a lot that we've all had to process, like really mentally, physically, emotionally, like process. Allow yourself to do that. Allow yourself to, if you need to break down, baby, break down. If you need to cry, cry. If you need to vent, vent. If you need to say something, say something. If you need to talk to somebody, talk to somebody. Don't feel held or bent back from your emotions, are held or bent back from because somebody told you, oh, you're being too sensitive. Oh my God, you're being too emotional. Oh my God. Like, niggas don't want to feel no more. Like, if you ain't out here feeling, okay, let me chill. Chill, B. Chill, you good? Like, chill. B. Chill. If you're not feeling into your shit, let me tell you something. It's going to build your body. What was that? It wasn't a Reiki. It kind of felt like it might have been Reiki. Not gonna lie. I got a massage like at the beginning of the year. I got when it was my first, I've never gotten like, no, I've gotten a massage, but I've never actually like paid to get a massage. I'm always getting them like, come massage me type shit. But I went and paid for a massage or whatever, and happened so I ended up meeting somebody who actually did Reiki. Like, she was a Reiki healer as well. I could tell she was a Reiki healer because the way she was feeling on my body. And what ended up happening was she started talking to me about like how we hold pain in our bodies, right? Now, I know Cancer, this is a different energy. I know Leo's more so the heart. I feel like Cancer is more of the soul when we're talking about that. Gemini is more like the hands. Aries is the head. And Taurus is the throat, right? But she just told me how, like, she was like, oh, and you a Cancer moon, right? So she was like, oh, you are holding all this energy in your body. You are holding so much energy, especially in your back. She was like, baby, I'm going to need you to release. I'm going to need you to release your this energy, this really, you know what I mean? It energy will attach itself to you, and it will start to weigh down on your body. When we talk about this idea of disease or dis-ease, or your body being at unease, or not at ease, what is it, Reese? You see I'm making a live. Give me a second, okay? You got motherfuckers acting like I don't give you no attention every time you be doing this on live. For real. For real. You should see the way she looking at me, yo. Like, you mad? I gotta finish this live. What you want me to do? Stop? You mad? I love you. Anyway, all the babies have needed attention today. All of them. They just like, oh my God, yeah, you don't love me. You want to come over here? Hold on, y'all. Oh. Yeah, that might be sis. Yeah, that might be sis. My bad, y'all. I think I might have to move because I think she home. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, she coming. I'll have to move. But anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, so holding that body, that energy, that body, pain in your body and things like that, and being able to tap into that, but also release that energy. You know, I don't believe in this idea of having to hold your emotions because you don't want to seem like you're weak, or you don't want to be putting yourself in a vulnerable state or a vulnerable position. You know, we all need that reassurance. You know, we all need that. And I'm not saying like you need that reassurance or validation from other people, but you need that reassurance within yourself. Like that inner child, okay? Because when we also talk about Cancer, we also talking about that inner child, baby. That inner child needs to know, like, at the end of the day, regardless of what happens between me and you, I got your back. You know what I'm saying? I got your back. That pearl, right, that protects the heart is Cancer. Before you get to Leo, that pearl, right, the pearl of that soft makeup of a crab is very soft. It's a hard shell on the outside, but on the inside it's soft, it's gooey, you know. And so that layer of protection that we sometimes will seek outside of ourselves in relationships, or we seek outside of ourselves in other people, whatever the case may be, situations, that is what's being healed during this Cancer new moon. It's like, gee, at the end of the day, whatever we've been through, we still here. Gee, we still blazing. We've come so far, and I think it's really about honoring that. It's about seeing and being proud of yourself for really making it to this point. And with all the shit too, you know what I'm saying? With all the shit that you've been through, with all the shit that you've been through up until this point, it's being like, yo, I'm fucking here. What's in my mind is, I don't know if y'all seen that shit on TikTok, but bitch, you doing a good job. 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 Like, pat yourself on the back. All right, because you here. You feel me? Like, with all the stuff that you've been through, you are here. You know, your inner child, that will never leave you. You know, what I like to do, especially when it comes to like inner child work and inner child womb healing and things like that, I haven't did it in a long time, and I need to actually sit down and do it. But writing letters to myself, like writing like love letters and things like that to myself, and just telling myself like how proud of myself I am, and, you know, like, oh my God, like what a ride it's been, but bitch, we still here and you doing a good fucking job. Okay, bitch, you doing a good job, bitch. Here's me, bitch, you doing a good job, for real. You know, and even acknowledging the stuff that was hard. You know, sometimes we get into this idea of like, well, let me just celebrate my wins. And don't get me wrong, we always gonna be here to celebrate the wins, but you also give your kudos to yourself for the losses too. You know, one thing that I've had to really learn, especially throughout that Capricorn full moon and this Cancer full moon, is, yo, we're not gonna have all the shit figured out. We're just not, and that's okay. There's still things, you gonna make mistakes. There's gonna be things that have to be removed from your life. If it's one thing about this Saturnian, this Pluto and Capricorn energy, and for those of y'all that don't know, Cancer and Capricorn is like the mommy and daddy, right? We talk about that. They sit on the opposite side of each other, the sister signs of each other, whatever you want to call it. Capricorn being that cardinal earth, Cancer being that cardinal water, in this divine feminine connection. Even though we all know that Capricorn is Big Zaddy at the end of the day. Capricorn is Big Zaddy at the end of the motherfucking day. You feel me? But it's being able to you good? You okay? I'm sorry, y'all. Kids. Come here. Come here. Oh, this one. This one. You want to say hi, Reese? Because you've been... You good? Now you want to say hi to everybody? Huh? What you looking at me for? You the one yakking. Okay, come on, sit. Girl, this is an everyday uphill fucking battle. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, the mommy and daddy. Cancer and Capricorn energy. Like, you really, I just forgot everything that I was saying. I wish I could see comments if y'all are commenting here. Goddamn, like, exam. Anyway, mama, I love you. Damn, I forgot what I was gonna say. For real, I forgot where I was at. I just kind of lost everything. I know I was saying something about the inner child wound, intuitive thoughts. I brought Capricorn into it. Yeah, I don't really know what I was talking about. But anyway, I really want y'all to, I'm gonna just go ahead and wrap it up. I really want y'all to take this day, take the next couple of days, because I mean the Cancer, the moon is the most powerful in Cancer. Nobody else. Okay. No, I'm sorry, Mama. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hit you. Nobody else is the most powerful in Cancer. You know what I'm saying? And like, take this time to oh, that's what I was saying. Bitch, you doing a good job. Take that time to honor and really play. And you know, I'm gonna pull some cards too, because I haven't pulled cards in a long time. So I'm gonna pull some cards for y'all too. Take that time to honor your inner child. You know, I would suggest, and I'm telling you, your inner child will go crazy for it. Also too, not only just writing letters to your inner child, but listen to shit that you used to listen to back in the day. You know, Cancer is also about creativity. You feel me? It's also about creativity. So I would go to, like, you know, old songs that I would go into. Girl, shake that Laffy Taffy, all that kind of stuff. You feel me? I've been listening to D4L. What's the other one I was listening to earlier? Lean with it, rock. Lean with it. Hey, party like a rock star. All them songs that, I mean, I don't know what the age group is here, but I'm a 92 baby all day. You feel me? So taking yourself back to like those places that made you feel the most like at home, right? Taking yourself back to those places that made you feel the most like just joyful in your spirit, in your bag, whatever the case may be. Taking yourself back to those places, allowing yourself to express. If you write poetry, write more poetry. If you paint some more. You feel me? If you're in a relationship too, all right, because Cancer talks about that too. And we have Venus and Mars and Leo right now. Like Mercury still in Gemini, which will move into Cancer on the 11th. You know, talk to your partner or talk to the people that you love. You know, commune with your family. You know what I mean? Do those things that really, truly fulfill your mind, body, and soul, which is Cancer energy, okay? The soul, the queen, okay? The tide, the water. I'm going to pull some cards for y'all, though, before we end it. It's so dope to go live for the first time. I'm like, ooh, I like this. This is cute. At first, I couldn't go. I was like, damn, for real. All right, so we got postponement in reverse. This card is just so like, to me. I'm like, every time I pull this card, I'm like, postpone. Who's postponing me? In comparison. Okay. These are both air cards, by the way, 4 and 5. 4 of air, 5 of air. Or for some people that do like the regular tarot and stuff, you know. Yes. Yes, mama. But yeah. So when I think about these cards, or when I think about especially this postponement, the Mercury retrograde, do y'all want to talk about it? Okay. Thank you, Reese. Go ahead and sit. So this postponement card, I feel like that Mercury retrograde for everybody. And I'm going to talk about the Jupiter retrograde. And I also want to talk about the... Who else is in retrograde right now? It's not Saturn retrograde as well, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I got to look. I think it's Saturn retrograde. this right here, okay? I think everybody has taken this hit, especially if you have strong like air placements, or I would also say fixed placements as well, with this square that's been happening between Uranus and Taurus, and Saturn and Aquarius. Reese, mama, I'm gonna need you to relax because I am trying to make a video. You is doing the absolute most. Relax. Like a grown up. I'm sorry, y'all. Every time I get to talking on the phone, making a video, I mean, she like this all the time anyway, but every time I get to talking on the phone, making a video, and the attention is not on her, she right here. Like this. I'm like, girl, give me some space. Dang. Like, anyway. So this postponement. So the things, honestly, financially, I'm going to just say this. For a lot of y'all, this is what's coming up for me. Financially, a lot of things have been put on hold. A lot of things have just not have... I feel like things have just been pushed back, and it hasn't been pushed back because the universe is not giving you exactly what you quote unquote want. It's being pushed back for a reason, okay? There are just things right now that are just not... And when I see this comparison card right here, the first thing that's coming to mind is social media. A lot of us just need to take complete breaks from social media, okay? That just complete breaks from social media. Maybe instead of waking up to your phone and scrolling, maybe write first, maybe go meditate first, do a workout, go sing a song, you know, take a walk, go, because this comparison card right here, you cannot compare a bamboo tree to an oak tree. Is and do. You cannot compare a bamboo tree to a goddamn oak tree. Nobody in this world can do it like you, okay? Nobody. The one thing that people forget about social media is people do not post the bullshit. Everybody is on social media because A, they trying to stunt. B, they trying to promote some shit or sell or buy some shit. Like, you got to keep in mind, like, social media is not real life. It is real life when we talk about like people like interacting and things, but when I say real life, is like everything that you see on social media. You don't know what people be going through off camera, right? You don't know what people be going through when they not on their stories all day. You don't know what people are going through when they're just behind closed doors, okay? So I'm gonna keep pulling, but that's what's coming up for me right now. It's just like, gee, like what they say, focus on your own. Focus on your own bag is what they said. And I'm not just talking about finances. I'm just saying focus on your own lane. Stay in your own lane. And maybe just taking a break from, you know, just, I guess, lofty distractions, things that bring your energy down. Like, if we are talking about social media, if you following somebody who just want to talk shit and got negativity on their timeline, maybe unfollow them. You feel me? Maybe just unfollow their ass. You don't need that type of negativity in your life, okay? Follow people if you are going to be on social media, or if you have, you know, things, whatever. Because I'm not trying to tell y'all what to do for real, but I'm just saying, like, it might help this idea of comparing yourself to other things and other people. But it might help to follow people, or, you know, surround yourself with people that actually, you know, are doing what you actually want to do, you know, or giving you that energy that you would like to receive. Now, if that's what you want to receive, that bullshit, then by all means, baby, go with the bullshit. You feel me? But that's not why we here. You feel me? We'll all experience negative things and negative emotions, but that doesn't necessarily mean you have to stay in it. You feel me? So, yeah, maybe postponement for social media for a little bit, or postponing, or things have been postponed to in a form of protection is what I'm really getting from that, for real. And don't let, also too, this is also what I'm getting, don't let postponement get you fucked up, meaning don't let postponement make you feel like things aren't working out. Sometimes the universe will literally put some shit in your way, or sometimes the universe will literally put things off So other things could be moved. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes that you are not even aware of, baby. There's so many things going on behind the scenes that you're not even aware of. You can't see. Listen, Linda, this came out sideways. The Thunderbolt card. We just gonna put it here. Okay? I look at this as the Tower. When it just regular tarot, I just look at this in the Tower. You see these people falling off? They're like, oh shit. I think of this also too as like the Kundalini energy. You know what I'm saying? But I think of this as that Tower card. Like quick, fast, and a motherfucking change. Y'all know I was talking about the weather, how the weather's been out here. Sorry, I ain't got no titties out here, but my shirt, and that's why my shirt is jumping right now, okay? But no, that card right there is quick, immediate change. Do you know how many thunderstorms motherfuckers been getting over here? We done had 3 thunderstorms. We done had 3 thunderstorms in like 3 days leading up to this. Even today for the new moon, thunderstorms. Quick, fast change. Thunderstorms clear shit out. And they clear shit out with very much so intent and purpose. It clears the air. The air even smells different after a thunderstorm. It always do. It always smells different after a thunderstorm. So, for those of y'all that have been out there that are just like kind of wondering like, oh my God, when are things gonna... And if we go back to that air too quality, when we talk about the mind, these changes are happening in the mind. They have to start at the mind first. Change is... You could change outside things all day. I could change the color of my hair. You feel me? I could change this top if I want to. You know, but as far as like circumstances and your environment and the things that are going on around you, y'all know where that starts first. The mind. Your mind got to change first. You got to get to a point where you're like, you know what? I'm over it. Something different is going to have to usher in. And that starts with you. That doesn't start with other people. That don't start pointing the goddamn finger at the whole universe. Because they ain't going to fix it for you. Okay? They not going to fix it for you. They not going to fix it for you. Okay? All I'm hearing is Tupac now. The rose that grew from concrete. What up, Tupac? What up, Tupac? The courage. Even when things seem, right? Who would have thunk? Who would have thunk that at the end of the day, with all this concrete, that a damn flower would have grown? And it's glowing too, in all its glory, as it should, right? And also too, I'm thinking of the heart chakra because it's this green energy right here. A lot of like self, like I said, that self, that inner child womb, soul healing, heart chakra energy. Definitely, if y'all can connect with like green candles or get yourself a green candle or, you know, be surrounded by greens or going into the forest or going into like just being in nature, connecting back with nature. Don't take your phones if you can. If you really absolutely have to, go ahead. But if you can like go into it without it, do that. Bring a pen and paper with you too. Healing. Ooh. Child, did I not just say this? It is soul, not just surface based. There is soul level healing going on right now. Collectively. When I see this in reverse, this is, to me, this is like fighting it. This is the king of water. This is like fighting that like need to go. Maybe some of you are out there that have been surrounded by a lot of people. And when I say surrounded by a lot of people, it's like it's nothing wrong being surrounded by a whole bunch of people at all. But this might be a need to probably go in, right? This might be a need to probably go. Motherfuckers is exhausted. That's why. 9 of fire. This is energy. You see, look at this man. Now I'm thinking is, this is your man? And some of y'all is out here like, and I'm going to stick beside him. I'm going to stick beside him. No, ma'am. Okay? We not moving from this type of space no more. of exhaustion, machinery. When we go into the bouts of distractions, right? Because we go into bouts of wanting to distract ourselves with things and work and all types of stuff because we don't want to deal with this, right? We in a time period now where it's time to stop. I'm gonna pull, okay, Lover's card. Some of us have two mirroring energy, okay, because the Lovers did come out. This could be an individual, but honestly, I feel like this definitely has to do with another person, other people, soul ties, soul connections. You know, it's definitely given heavy on the twin flame energy, especially because we just came out of Gemini season, right? There have been people or a person that has been mirroring back to you, or that has mirrored back to you a lesson or a thing that you needed to like clear. It's that energy of like what you see in other people is also what you see in yourself. So if you look at a motherfucker and be like, you know what, fuck this, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's probably because you probably feel the same way about you. You know what I mean? And I get it. People do some fucked up shit, yo. I get it. And sometimes you just want to do nothing but talk down on the motherfucking name because you pissed off. But, you know, I am a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. You don't meet a motherfucker for no reason, right? People come into your life, even if it's just for a second. People come into your life to show you shit. When you in your mind, you not getting it, you like, damn, I don't understand if this is. Once again, it's the power of that mind. It's the power of the mind, the ability to attract those things to you. Some of y'all is exhausted because, hey, you're too worried about everything else but your damn self. When the universe is calling you to be healed. You can't bring everybody with you on your own healing journey. You can't. That's why a lot of that shit has been postponed. A lot of shit has been postponed for a lot of people because this comparison card, right? People in this courage card, right? This thunderbolt process that's happening on the inside. You have to have the courage to go within, to tap into that heart chakra, to tap into that energy and be like, gee, you know, ask your people like, gee, I don't know how, but if y'all could please show me the way. You got to be willing to grab them by their motherfucking hands and them show you the way. That's all they ask. Look, that's all they ask. That's all your spirit guides want you to do is ask. But they're not going to do it for you. They're not going to force you. They're not going to force you, baby. They're not going to force you into this. They just want you to ask. They just want you to ask, G. Like, for real. Ask. Because they see you. Yo. Thank you. Your spiritual team, your ancestors, when we talk back to this Cancer energy, they're always watching over you. They never leave. They've never left. They never wanted you to feel as if they were never like protecting you or seeing you when you were in a position where you are broken or breaking down, or they've always been there. You know, I'm gonna keep it at this. And kind of wrap things up. I just feel like this collective, like, or just this energy of like, just holding or like being held You know, like the universe is like giving like everybody like this galactic hug, like it's gonna be good, it's gonna be okay. Sometimes things have to get worse before they get better. You know, there's been a lot of things that I feel like have just dragged, or just this dragon of energy of people feel like they have been dragged to like the final the final leg. You know what I mean? It's like looking at a chair, you feel me, that doesn't have a sturdy foundation, and it's just like wiggling, and you sitting on it, and you like, oh, oh, oh. Matter of fact, it reminds me of the model. I don't know if it was America's Next Top Model. I don't think it was America's Next Top Model, but it's the model who was walking down that runway, and it was crazy on the internet for a long time. And she was walking on that runway, and she was just struggling. She never fell though, but she was struggling to keep that motherfucker up. But she picked herself up like a classy bitch that she was, and she kept walking that shit out. All right? And that's the energy I feel like us collectively need to embody. We're going to have our lows, right? We're going to have our times where we get low, and we're going to have times where we get high. I mean, for those of y'all that smoke weed, but past that. What I'm saying, there's going to be times where you have dips in a curve, and you're going to have times where you just at the epitome at the top. But both, each dip is necessary for growth. All right? So I'm going to close it at this. I do wish y'all the best Cancer new moon. Definitely use this energy to tap in. You feel me? And I'll see y'all in the next one. It's been a good, you know, new moon ceremony and things like that. Much love to y'all that's come through and things like that. You feel me? And I'll see y'all next week. Not next week. I'll see y'all for the rest of the Chiron series. If y'all been following along, I do appreciate y'all. Like I said, araneaestorm.wix.com/info. Tapestries on deck. My candles kind of got... I gotta kind of redo those. I don't even want to talk about it right now. Don't even want to talk about it right now. I'm not gonna talk about it. Candles coming soon. Have to redo them. And I think that's it. All readings and all that kind of stuff on the website. But I will see y'all soon. Much love. Zeus.